I watched all the streams, and although I saw no trolling, I did see a lot of paranoia, and it seemed that Ember was accusing numerous community members of harassment and fuckery and constant stealing. Unlike years ago, this time I wanted to see if I could do anything to stop it. I asked around, and most people didn't want to tell me anything, or they didn't know what the problem was. I made no progress until this spring when a charity stream to raise money for Betty I was watching was flagged and removed from YouTube. Everyone was saying that Ember was the one who took it down, and I just couldn't believe it, because she had raised so much money for Betty herself. People said she was jealous that other people were getting attention and not giving her credit, but I didn't believe it. The more I saw and heard, the more I knew it was true. This pissed me off. I thought about years earlier, was Nathaniel really the good guy and not the scumbag we all thought he was? I asked around for Nathaniel, but no one knew how to reach him. I don't know what to do. But then I heard about Joran comedy and how people hated his behavior, so they made a drive with all their screenshots of how he was abusive, and this was the only way to get him to stop, with overwhelming proof from everyone. This invigorated me, and I wanted proof of who was fucking with the community again, who was making it a toxic place. No one had a kind word to say about Ember, other than that she was very smart and funny, and made so much content. Few people would provide evidence, but some did. Many told their stories, but didn't want their names attached to it, both for fear of Ember's wrath and because they didn't want to hurt the community. I disagree. I think there is a tumor in the community, embedded so deep and for so long that people think it's a normal thing. Does that make sense? Probably not, but I don't know. I'm not a content creator. I'm just a person who wants to be friends with you guys and enjoy your content without someone fucking with you. This is what I collected. Feel free to do with it what you will. Strength and honor.
And there we go. That's going to always be the beginning and the end. So again, I found a video that I had seen when I first had these files, or I'd heard anyway. There's really no video to it. There are some words, printed on the screen. So this is all I'm going to play for today. But I will warn you, Chee, you know, the more people speak out against you, you're going after one person. You probably shouldn't do that, Chee, because everyone's gathering evidence. We have evidence of your patterns of behavior, and that's the way it's going to be. So the more you go after people, the more evidence we have. So keep piling it up. I really appreciate that. Now, let's get on to this video. Um, this is someone else's side and their reason. I just think the whole community is goofy in itself. I don't even know what people got out of it. But anyway, let's go ahead with this video.
This is a stream from 2018 where Ember is playing Casey. Earlier in the evening, Ember had called Lauren and sent a link to a group of people. There was a group of us, maybe, I don't know, 10 or 12 people who would listen to the calls, who would play parts in the calls that Ember led, would give suggestions during the stream. Shit like that, shit that went on, years before, shit that goes on to this day. Earlier in the evening, Amber had called Lauren. She sent the link out to a group of people. Yap Yap was part of this group, and she had left the link open. She fell asleep listening to the call. And then around 2 a.m., Amber had called Lauren back, and the stream in the tab started playing. It woke her up. She had fallen asleep with the computer on, and this had woken her up. When the call was over, and you're gonna hear most of this call in a few minutes. When the call was over, Ember and Crestfallen were there, and they talked briefly about how stupid Lauren is. And then Crestfallen mentions how they need to get rid of Pete, get Pete away from Lauren or Paul. Paul was the character that I played, which was Casey, Lauren's fake girlfriend, Casey's dad. When Yap Yap had heard this, she was a little bit upset and a little bit confused because there was no mention of this in the group. It was a group of people that thought they were friends and kind of shared everything and didn't realize there was extra shit going on in the background. Um, so when Ember and Chris were talking, they were trying to come up with ways to get Lauren to stop talking to Paul, but they couldn't think of a way where Lauren would do it without, without Lauren calling Paul first, because Lauren's got a big fucking mouth. Um, if they really wanted Lauren to stop talking to me, all they had to do was fucking tell me, and I could make sure in 5 seconds that Lauren would never contact me again. There was no reason to go behind my back, and I can't think of a reason except maybe I talked to him too much. Um, but everything that we had done, was all out in the open. Every sentence I said, every text that Lauren sent me, was shared to a group. So the next day, Yap Yap tells me what she had heard. So I messaged Ember and I said, "Hey, listen, if you don't want me to talk to Lauren, I won't talk to him."
I'm going to stop here for a second. He's referring to someone else in the community. You'll hear more about Yap Yap later. Some of her audio is skipped out into this, but she is in this. There's a whole freaking community that if you listen to enough of this and read enough, you'll figure out who Yap Yap. You won't actually know who they are, as in doxing. There's no name, no anything like that, but you're going to figure out their roles in this whole thing. It's all a big game. That's all it is.
But she ignored me. The link to the stream was never given to the group. The group was not notified that there was a call happening, or that that it happened. Once it ended. So the next day, Lauren is blowing up my phone asking about Casey, and because I played Paul, who was Casey's dad, and asking why Casey's in jail and how he's going to get her out of jail and all that stuff. And I had no idea what was going on. During the stream, she had gone to jail, but nobody knew about this. So the next day in the group, Yap Yap had asked, hey, what happened to Casey last night? And nobody knew because nobody had heard this call. And finally, Ramona, and Ramona was part of this group. This was after the original Ramona stuff, but she was part of this group. And she said, well, she talked to Ember, and Ember told her that Casey had not gone to jail. All that had happened was that Casey had hidden some bushes. And
Let's remember, Ember is Chee. It's one of Chee, and in this one, also Casey.
Yap Yap said, well, that's not what happened. She did go to jail. And Ramona said, well, what are you calling me, a liar? And she says, no, I'm not calling you a liar, but the story you're telling isn't the full story. So they had a little spat over that. So Ember comes in to kind of end this spat. And she finally comes on and wanted to do a group call to find out, what the problem was. So everybody in this group kind of joined this call. It really should have just been, Ember and Crest and myself, but whatever. During the call, Ember had no idea that Yap Yap had heard the stream the night before, and she only reveals that Casey went to jail that night after Yap Yap reveals that she has heard it, but still no mention of the other stuff that had gone on. In this call, in the beginning of the second part of this call, Yap Yap's mic isn't on, and that's not to hide anything. It's just that as she's the world's shittiest audio engineer. Ember is more than welcome to release her copy of this call, which would have the audio from both sides. She's not hiding anything. She's just not, as people might think, an audio engineer.
You're blaming on me that you, in case you did what you did the other day, just because I said, okay, go ahead. That's up to you two. It's not up to me.
There are slight pauses in this. I can't speed it up as fast as I listen to it, but I wish I could. Also, I'll tell you when we get to that part. I'll just stick to that. Just let it play here. And this is Lauren that she's speaking to.
Yeah, but listen. Okay. Well, it's my turn to talk. You gotta let me talk too. You didn't do anything, but I didn't know that you didn't do anything. It was Casey.
So why did you assume that I did? That assuming shit gets you so much fucking grief.
You know,
When are you
because
gonna
of the
stop?
fact that you and Casey are listen to me. Because of the fact that you and Casey are right there in person with each other. I'm not there in person with you. It makes a difference, Emma. It makes a big difference. You already know that.
Oops.
Would you put me on speaker?
Yeah, because I couldn't hear you, but then it started echoing.
Notice the feedback. So she was listening to all of this on yet another device. Of course, because she's got to be two people. And never mind. I'm too excited to get to that part.
It makes a difference when you're in person.
Well, I'm not in person
You and
with
Casey
her.
have been. You and Casey have been in person with each other a few times over.
Yeah. Not
Okay,
by
It
choice.
makes a difference.
Every time I'm in person with her, it's to rescue her or to pick up something that she broke on the floor. Or it's to cover my nose
I
because
know,
she's flatulating in
and
it.
it's because of me. It's because of me, and I know that.
I'm not blaming
And I'm
you.
sorry that I put you in that position.
If Casey's
I'm
an
sorry that I
asshole,
put you in those positions.
I understand that and I accept your apology. But if Casey's being an asshole to you,
Listen to
Lauren,
me.
don't call me.
Stop. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen. She texted me and told me that she was over to your house.
She already came over.
Okay. She's there now.
She's at my front. She's in the front with my uncle.
She's at your front door.
My dad's brother knows she's at the mailbox, and my dad's brother is calling the police and not letting her by.
No, let her in. Do not call the police.
I'm
Don't
not
call.
letting her in.
She has enough problems.
I'm not letting her in, and I'm not controlling whether or not he's calling the police because she came with a knife, a little rainbow knife with a pony on it, and she said she has something for me. So
Remember that. She came with a knife. This will be relevant shortly. Well, in a little while.
Lauren, he's going to call the police, and I'm not going to stop him. Okay?
What? Hey, let me look at the last text message that she fucking texted me. Hang on.
Also note that you will hear Chee typing frequently throughout this. So soundboard, stuff like that will happen.
Fucking moron.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with her goddamn head? That was Dan that texted me that message. What the fuck is wrong with her head?
I haven't a clue. She's here with a
You
knife.
stay in the house.
I'm outside in the garage having a cigarette. My uncle is outside with his 22, and my dad with Casey. And the cell phone waiting for the police.
Has anyone seen anyone outside Chee's house with a 22? Have we seen that somewhere before? Her uncle? Anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about 11 fingers and 11 toes.
Huh?
I don't know what to do. I'm done with this. I'm not letting her in. I don't know why you would suggest that. When she comes, all she does is break shit, including your heart. That's what happens every time she comes over.
Oh, there's Chee protecting Lauren from getting a broken heart from one of her voices. Yeah, she does have more alts than anyone. Hey, Jeannie. So, yeah. Excuse me. The dandelions are everywhere. Um, yeah, her stupidity. But remember, listen to the typing. You're gonna know why here shortly. It's very insane, Jeannie. Very insane. I've had this. Before I could do anything, my hard drive crashed and I lost it. Part of my hard drive has been recovered, so I got it back. This has all been shared with someone else, and I'm sure you hear them talk about that. Hey, 52. I did share this because, frankly, there are many people that she has went after and continues to go after, and all of this literally shows a pattern of her behavior. So basically, her continuing to go after people is showing the pattern because she doesn't change the pattern. It's always the same. So anyway, back to this.
She's obsessed with me. I don't want anything to do with her.
She's obsessed with you, and she's obsessed with fucking me, and she's only. If I go fucking 2 days without fucking talking to her, I'm fucking cheating on her. And you thought it was all me.
What the hell is she doing? She's doing the Gangnam Style dance in the middle of the street.
Whatever she's got in her fucking hand, you have your uncle get it away out of her fucking hand.
We're gonna let the police do that. Oh, that one's a stinger.
Oh my fucking word!
It's a Slater.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
He's not venomous, but he hurts more than a black widow.
Son of a bitch! This is fucking incredible.
I don't again know the date of this because the dates are done. It was one massive dump done in 2020. So you'll hear at the end, there'll be more explanation from the person, I think, who did the dump. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that. But if you notice, she's talking to people in the background and he's not paying attention. Yeah, I saw that. I was watching. But it's like my brain didn't want to make alts because, well, God, then I'll have to think tech again. That's scary for me.
I said that one.
It's fucking retarded.
It is. And I'm involved again. What am I doing? I'm enjoying a buzz. I'm drinking a Red Bull, smoking a cigarette, and now she's playing Slipping Into Darkness with her cell phone. I can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it.
Well, let me see if I can text her. See if I can, I don't know, do something. I don't know. Hang on, let me text her, okay?
Alrighty. Oops. Damn you.
Hear the typing and the laughing. You're about to hear why. And then the typing goes on. Just see. note the sirens. Hey, Erica. Note the sirens after the typing. And listen. Oddly, sirens stop, right? Type, type, type. Oops, sirens stop. Didn't have them quite loud enough. Let's try some more typing. Chee. Keep giving us some more evidence and patterns.
So put the knife down and go give you a hug.
I don't want. What part of I don't want anything to do with her?
It doesn't matter. You need to do whatever's
doing it.
necessary to keep her calm and
no.
Listen.
No.
Oh, my fucking word.
I'm not gonna hug her.
Fucking A. Jesus. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
From what I gather, this was Lauren's girlfriend, this so-called Casey. So that's my guess.
You don't have to kick her.
Okay, supposedly she's yelling at the cops that they don't have to kick her. How strange, right?
Go get her! Fucking, you gotta be fucking kidding me!
Get on the ground!
She needs to fix her squeaky chair too. That's a little annoying. You can hear her squeaking around in her chair. But yes, she just typed in for someone to do their part. Now let's listen to how fake and phony this is. Gee, whose voice was that? Hey, anonymous. I'll never get it down right. Anon, there we go. Yeah, well, it gets worse. Oh yes, she's very proud of this. She repeats her pattern. She still does this to this day with other people, or attempts to. But then there's some of us who caught on and just hung around just to gather more evidence. And then we're still gathering evidence because everybody she is posting about and talking crap and lying about is going to come back on her because we now have a pattern of what she does and how she behaves. So, anyway, on with this. So, of course, we all know that Casey, that was definitely Chee.
Get on the ground!
Casey, just listen. Oh, Lord, no.
Again, she's laughing while this is supposedly going on. A little weird, huh?
Oh. Did you hear Slipping into Darkness?
No, I didn't
Oh.
hear it. You played it?
Yeah.
Lame.
When you had the sirens on.
He hung up. That's funny, huh?
He started crying and hung up.
Okay.
This is her, you'll hear her clicking what she's doing is she's playing something she's recorded from probably like JLR or some other idiot. Um, it's just random police sounds in the background for right this second. And Lauren has hung up. There is someone else on this call, so you'll hear that. And there's also someone right beside her. So
Where's she at?
They're arresting her. She had a gun, Lauren.
Jesus fucking Christ. Huh?
She had a gun.
remember, she had a knife. Now she suddenly has a gun. A little weird, don't you think? I guess when you lie so much, you can't remember your lies. She didn't repeat her own lie enough.
Her purse.
Oh my. What the fuck?
You were gonna have me go hug her, Lauren. I'm standing.
Get her out of
Yes, he did think this was real. Lauren is very low IQ, very special needs. He doesn't even differentiate and realize that all these voices are her.
jail, Emma.
No.
Get her the fuck out of jail.
No. She was gonna come shoot me. You obviously are.
What the fuck is
Whacked
wrong
out.
with
Again, she playing victim. Somebody's going to come shoot me. Somebody's going to do this. Somebody's going to do that. She still plays the victim card today. She's not a victim of anything. All of her life that she's ever said online is made up bullshit. And I'm going to say it. And I thought I'd do this when I was more awake. So
her?
I don't know, but you want me to get her out of jail, really? Lauren, listen to yourself.
Yeah, you're the only one she fucking trusts. You don't trust her fucking dad.
She was going to shoot me. Pom, 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 pom. She was gonna fill me with lead. I'm not gonna help her.
Oh my fucking word. What the fuck? Is there any way that I can talk to her?
I agree, the right one. Number one, he had served his time. He was being continually monitored at all times in what he was doing. So it wasn't like he was out chasing people in person. Yeah, well, she's going to be in serious trouble because she doesn't stop. She keeps going after people. She's posted recent posts about Sticker Chick. She continues to do this to AZ because she thinks he won't do anything. But actually what's happening is we're just gathering evidence. So, yeah. Well, there's nothing about children in any of this, Erica. She does not portray a child. She's different women. The one is a daughter, is it Rhoda? Daughter of Winnie, but he doesn't talk any weird way to her. He's always trying to get her to help her mother. So I don't think that he was literally at this point doing that. Like I said, he was being monitored around the clock. So, but yes, he's very IQ and he's very special needs. He's not your average Joe off the street who would do this. Actually, they said, from what I have learned in doing some research, that he had never even had a girlfriend before all of this started. So it is. So, the SWAT call did get him put on a breathalyzer, and he did end up going back for 6 months. I think because he missed a class or because he could not afford his monitoring equipment.
I don't know. She's in the back of the police car.
See if they'll let me talk to her.
Listen to the wording of this from the so-called police. Okay.
Officer. Officer, please. Officer, can I please talk with her? The detainee?
No, she's going to jail.
She's going to jail. I don't know who played this part, but they were really stupid and they did not sound like a cop. And notice when she was talking to the officer, suddenly there were no radios going or anything, no police radios or anything going. Yeah, she does play as many roles as she possibly can, but there are some guys who were involved in this, and one is the one named Kestrel that I was recently told was somebody that hung out in Reese's chat. I believe I saw that name in Tori's chat, and from what I heard, Reese had went to LA to protest with Tori. So it may be where that Kestrel appeared in Tori's chat after that. I don't know because I didn't stay in Tori's chat for very long. But the whole funny thing is Chee really married? We can find no marriage license. She also says her uncle was out there with a 22. Is she married to her uncle too? It's really weird. Okay, let's go on with this.
Yeah, can I talk to her so we can make bail arrangements and attorney arrangements real quick? Save you guys the trouble of a phone call.
You could talk to her down at the police station.
Casey! Lauren loves you!
The echo kind of gives away a little bit of that one, right? So, anyway, on with this. She's so stupid. And anybody who believed her. Come on.
Casey! Stop opening the door! Casey!
Fuck off!
Shit! Get her! Get her!
Number one, you cannot open the back of a police cruiser. Oh my God. Not only is she stupid, but anybody, I swear. Ugh.
Here, take my phone. I'm gonna run after you.
Here, take my phone. I'm going to run out. Did you hear that one?
Yeah.
Do you hear the clicking where she clicks and then there's police radio and then she clicks and it gets quieter?
Dispatch, I'd like to report of a girl missing right away from our cop car. Need to set a perimeter up.
A girl missing that ran away from our what? You ever heard a police officer go, need to report a missing girl. She ran away from our cop car. I don't think I've ever heard a police officer refer to their car as a cop car. Weird.
What's the location of your requested perimeter?
Dispatch.
Oh, now she's dispatched. Did you catch that? She's also dispatched. Not only is she Ember in this one, she's Casey and she's dispatched.
I'm going to need 14th in Maine, 7th in Montgomery, and I believe the last street is Washington and 4th.
Oh, bullcrap, by the way. She's a wannabe actress. Her acting is so bad. Seriously. Oh Lord. So now she's playing 3 parts. I don't know why this community went on with this, number one, and I don't know. Well, now I mean, it was obvious why they got rid of her. She didn't want anybody else talking to him, but okay.
White female wearing white clothes, 150 pounds.
Oh, he hung up. What did you say before I hung up? He just hung up? Oh wow. You can talk now.
No, he hung up.
Oh, I thought you were telling me that he did. Put the knife down and go give him a hug.
Yeah, I think he hung up.
It's fucking hilarious. Do you think he'll remember tomorrow?
Yeah. I didn't know what you were asking me to do.
I didn't know what you were asking me to do. So, her pay to this one must have been cheap because she does pay people. Have that in text. She pays people to do things for her and also participate. Not only does she get paid for this, but she pays people to also participate in this. But this guy didn't know what he was supposed to do.
You were supposed to be the cop telling me to fuck off because I was...
Oh, I thought you wanted me to say Casey, like Casey.
No, I could have done that.
At this point, they believe Lauren has hung up, by the way.
All right.
I must agree. When she says she's so stupid, I agree. She is so stupid.
Are you tired?
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me.
Well, at least he's not mad at Emma, so. And we have to find a way to get Pete away from Lauren.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe we can make it to where Lauren is told something was released, but not by Emma.
It would be good if we could tell Lauren that Paul is giving people his phone number and telling people to harass Lauren.
Right.
But then he'll just text
Paul.
Pete, confront him. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause this so you guys can read it. The following is the group call. Yap Yap's audio will start halfway through the call. Yap Yap is someone, she's involved in this, but she's no techie. But anyway. And Yap Yap doesn't play a major part in all of this.
What's going on?
From what I understand, all I know is that last night at 12:59, Lauren called me and he was the first thing he did was he demanded to know if I had anybody over, and he was I was half asleep, but he was saying a whole bunch of stuff about how him and Deborah are through or whatever, or him and Casey are through, and that something happened, and he wanted me to get a hold of Ember, because he was like, she blocked me. Yeah, and he was, and so I've said to you, Ember, whatever I said to you, I don't even remember, but I told him, to stop freaking out. Him and Casey are fine because I want, as I said before, I want her to have her fill of him before she until she gets sick of him.
Yeah.
And and so then I just hung up and went back.
From my understanding, a lot of these people, I don't know how, but a lot of these people don't realize that Chee is all of them. Or they're playing along. I'm not sure which it is.
To sleep.
So Lauren's calling me non-fucking stop last night, and I'm in here with my dad, and I have, and I have, and I have, and he's calling me nonstop. So, whatever. We're all drinking and we're smoking and all of that.
She doesn't drink and smoke, even though I have a picture of her with a broken face from diving into a swimming pool drunk while taking pain pills and broke her face, her cheekbone, and her nose.
And they go outside so I can talk to him. And I played the call for you earlier, but
Played the call? Then why didn't Ramona know Casey went to jail?
I just wound up screaming at him because of his acting and what he was doing in White and how he was just being a fucking asshole. It was like at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And then I blocked him because I felt ashamed and embarrassed even afterwards when I fucking hung up on him and I'm screaming at him. I have here and everybody fucking telling me that I don't have boundaries and my priorities aren't right. And I'm sitting there agreeing with them, feeling all fucking ashamed and stupid and drunk. And I have my fucking chimes going off over and over again. Lauren's calling, all this. So I uninstalled Skype and I said, fuck this. I uninstalled it from my phone, not from my computer. But I turned everything off. I didn't know how to stop the fucking chimes because they're all watching me like judgmental evil assholes after they had their...
They're all watching her like judgmental. Oh my lord! Now see, she kept hanging up on Lauren. She went and talked to him. Jeannie, how's she gotten away with it for so long? She always plays the victim. Always. You'll see all of her stories that she's ever told of all the things that's happened to her is a lie. She's always been so-called a victim. She's not a victim. She's a victimizer. And I don't know how she's gotten along with it, but away with it, because frankly, she's still doing this. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with Lauren. She's also doing it to Scott Hochstetter, and he's been told, and he's just too stupid, or he likes it, one or the other. I haven't figured it out. But this is the same crap that she's doing, including the swatting, is being done to Scott Hochstetter. So there you go.
A little fucking Lauren intervention with me. So yeah,
Oh, that's where her family had an intervention with her, supposedly, and she quit. No, she didn't.
fucking cut everything off, and I blocked him, and I blocked everything. I left the conversation. I just said fuck it. And after my dad left and his little girlfriend left, I called Lauren back, and I had my words with him, and then I told him Casey came with a fucking knife, and I pretended to be Casey hiding in a bush. So that's what happened. So tell me what.
So that's what happened. Now, see, you have to understand a lot of these people, just like Yap Yap, had fallen asleep with the computer on and woke up in the middle of this to hear it. But they're all wondering what happened to Casey. But they don't know that she went to jail. But then again, that was never said, was it? Just they were looking for a white girl who escaped their cop car.
What am I missing about Paul getting killed off and all of that shit?
I'm missing something too, because that's exactly, that's exactly what I relayed. I relayed something about how.
Okay, now they're trying to kill off characters. Who's done some recordings? Pippi? Scott hasn't done any recordings on this. This was before Scott's time. And I don't know. Who knows what's going on now? But I believe she makes those calls. She frequently calls. See, and I've never seen that one at the graveyard. I don't know when that would have been, but I've never seen that one. And I don't know who they're calling. But if you notice, a lot of times he'll get calls when he's live, and you know it's Chee. He said something or done something or needs to say something she wants him to say, or go after somebody she wants him to go after. This is how DOA gets, I would say 90% of his bad actor list is somebody that makes Chee mad. Or I think in the last one, I'm not sure if I showed or not. If somebody has too many subs and more subs than her, then that's her reasoning for going after people. And she pays people to go flag channels also. I think it's $5 a name. And some of them have up to 20 names that they use to flag channels. So this is her trying to explain her way out of it. Now, she's already said that she quit, she blocked them, but yet she called them. So that's a little weird. Plus, she answered that call.
Casey had hidden some bushes with a knife, but I was unaware of the whole Paul story. I had, I didn't know, what he was talking about him.
This is where Yap's audio starts going out, but it'll come back. However, Paul and Pete, you notice they're two different. It's one person, one male who plays Paul, and the same guy plays Pete. So she has no money, Jeannie. She doesn't work. This is what she did for work. She took gift cards and cash and all of this just to play this stuff and to get Lauren. Another thing she was doing, I'm going to bring this up in the middle. I should have done it on the last one. I was so tired. I had a total tech hell day when I did the last one, and I had AZ in the background trying to help me get it all together because, yeah, I was having a tech day from hell. So, but in one of the texts, she was talking about how she didn't have the money to pay these people to go flag a channel for her. And it's $5 a name. So if somebody has 20 names and they go flag a channel and they prove it, then she was giving them, $5 times 20 is $100 just to go flag. And it was money she was getting paid for putting these up. People paid to watch this stuff. It's crazy. I don't know why anyone would even want to watch this. It's weird. The whole thing is weird to me.
Go back to the chat because I did. Let me see.
What story though? I'm not getting it. So like,
Okay, so I said I know she put. So I said I'm not sure if she went to jail, and then I said I know she hid in some bushes with a knife. Jail wasn't mentioned to me. So if you go back and you look, you'll see where I said that. If you're able to read, you'll go back and you'll see where I said.
Eventually, she goes after this Yap, by the way. Drifter, I also have all addresses and phone numbers related to her. So I don't ever do, and when my hard drive crashed, this is why this wasn't done earlier, was because I don't come unless I come with receipts. If I don't know, well, I may know, but unless I have proof available to show everybody, she is a predator, Jeannie. Oh, this was way before protest time, and she's still doing it. I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, she's doing the same type of psychology type things to people. If you'll notice, you can watch in Scott's chat. She will just randomly start talking about a person throughout the chat. It's sentences that go with nothing anybody's talking about, and it's always about a person. She'll throw a name out there and just bring it up, and it's supposed to be a ha-ha moment. That's her continuing to repeat something so that it gets into people's head. It's stuck there. After something's repeated so many times, it's there. So then people start believing her because, well, of course she said it. It's there. I heard her say it the other day, or I watched her say it. This is how she works. She's still doing this.
So again, if you know how to read, you'll be able to read that I said I know she hid in some bushes with a knife.
That's Yap Yap.
What do you mean?
Oh, by the way, if you want to see a fucking cunt ass bitch, look in the mirror, by the way.
What do you mean not supposed to hear? Just because I had my fun with Lauren at 2 a.m. and we were gonna.
Suddenly the story changes, remember? She was out of this. She didn't talk to him anymore. She blocked all of his numbers and Skype and all that stuff, right? Yeah, Erica, we know exactly what she did to you. I just don't have the receipts anymore to prove it. Those are gone.
Because I called. Yeah, Lauren was accusing me and Casey of being perverted justice. I didn't know what had happened. And all I know is that Lauren had been texting with him and I hadn't been on Skype. So I don't know what's going on other than what I have talked with Lauren about myself. I don't know if there's a tick thing on Skype like there is on Facebook where you can tell. But there's no. I don't understand what. Well, yeah, that's what we always planned to do because Paul had been recording the calls all along. And then that way Paul could be a throwaway character and then he could come back and do something else. That's how all the calls. I don't understand. I didn't get anything from JJ because I don't have fucking Skype installed on my phone and I wasn't checking out on my computer because I got drunk last night. I had to get up and go to work.
She got drunk again. She doesn't drink. She's never drank. What are we talking about? I do believe that, Jeannie. I believe that that's where any information that he has been gotten. He will not talk ill of her. I'm sure that's a threat hanging over his head. She does have his phone number. We all know that. And I do believe that. And why do you believe that DOA or Scott, whatever, dumbass, no neck. He has no neck anymore. He just goes straight up. He doesn't have a chin. He's all neck, all the way to his face. Anyway, why is he being so concerned about Poor KK now. Why is that? I mean, think about it. So, anyway.
So I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Now, I told Lauren that Casey was put in a cop car and she escaped. Lauren thought Casey was in jail, or was going to go to jail. So I guess he was texting Paul all night. And I just barely found out about that right now. But we're not scheming to try to get anything away from anybody. All I know is that Lauren, after receiving texts and doing whatever the fuck he did yesterday, all of a sudden starts telling me I'm Philip Eid and sending me lawsuit threats and doing the same shit with Casey's phone and then calling me over and over and over again. And I just didn't want to fucking deal with it.
Me either, Kimberly. Me either.
No, I didn't do that. Nobody cut anybody out of the story. We didn't know what the hell was going on, and we were trying to figure out what we could do to save the situation. I don't know what he told Lauren. All I know is that Lauren said, I just found out from...
What he told Lauren was in the group chat. The one she left because chimes were going off. The one Crust was still in. Crust is also known as Kestrel, the name I keep going back to, that I've seen in chats. Jeannie, I think she makes herself look important in her own mind. She's only important when idiots fall for this, like Scott and anybody else under her rule and thumb. Anything she can get on anybody. But here's the thing. I've given her so much false information about myself that she believes to be reality. And I know she was recording it. So being in California and a one part or two party state, anything that she uses as a phone call will be immediately turned over with everything else. But like I said, these patterns, I caught on to the patterns early and I kind of giggle because Vaughn was always talking about patterns and she was right about the patterns. Chee's patterns are extremely too obvious. And now that you know she has these patterns, you can watch her. You can watch this game right before your eyes. I saw her talk to Auntie M. Who else was in there? Trying to think. It was the Horsemen. She was training them in one of his chats, and I believe he was at Blue. And they were asking her if they said things the way that she wanted. It was Auntie M, Z, AJ. There was another one. At least one. But anyway, they were literally in his chat practicing this little game of talking, how she's trying to teach them to talk. Yes. Correct. Correct, Erica. And had you contacted anyone, they could have told you, well, if you had the date of that, which I'm sure you do, you could probably find out if that was bounced off of a California cell tower. Absolutely, Drifter. This is the way she gets off. It's really gross. And like I said, I have videos I can't play because they're basically phone sex. Literally. In graphic detail. She's gross. And she wants everyone to think she's so innocent. It was played in California. I don't know. I would have to look into the law on that part. But when she called you, if she was in California, it would have bounced off of a California cell tower. And therefore, she was calling from California and the law would apply. Two-party state. So, if that's the call that she's played, then that's it. But this crest fall is also known as Kestrel. Is New Mexico a two-party state? Because I thought it was only one party. I thought we looked that up, but I don't remember. Anyway, let's get back to this. We're close to done, I think. It was 38 minutes. I played it on fast speed, and then I realized I couldn't speed it up on here for the blank parts. But this crest fall is also Kestrel, I do believe. Only because of some of the group chats, and it had the name Kestrel up there.
Paul, that you and Casey have been lying to me all along, and that Paul's not bisexual, and that Casey lied about this and Casey lied about that. So I don't know what's being told. And within the next few messages, Lauren's trying to tell me and Casey that we're perverted justice, we're Philip Eve, we're the letter writers, we're the ones who are going to get sued. I don't know. And I am busy. I had company. I'm not going to get on and try to fuck around with all of this shit. I didn't know that Lauren was going to be blowing up his phone. I had no idea. I even told Lauren that Paul's not going to bail Casey out because Casey's on probation or whatever bullshit. She said Lauren said that Casey was his.
It was all in capital letters, Drifter. It was Kestral. It's actually, I believe, a kind of a bird, but it was really weird, and of course, all in caps. And that's the way it was on the text, I believe. And I know for sure in the chats, it was an all in caps name. You, Drifter, you probably still have time. There's time limits in every state. And you have time. So check and see what your statute of limitations is. If you're within it, file it. If you have your evidence, file it. Erica won't. I've been trying to get Erica to file since August. So I don't know, people just let it go, and I don't understand. Frankly, I'm just gathering evidence. And this evidence could be used by anybody and everybody in their court cases because of what she's done to so many. And being Scott Hochstetter's associate, a very close associate at that. And yeah, I'm sure that can be proven too. All right, see, Drifter, I don't know about them, and I know who you are. I would check with your state and see if your what the statute of limitations is. See, I wasn't around back then. So, well, let's finish this up if we can. This is her lying her story. She had quit. She'd had her family intervention, but yet here she is calling.
Girlfriend again this morning is sending cockpits and everything like that. I mean, everything's back to normal the way it was. But yesterday I had no idea what was going on. I'm hearing from Lauren that Paul said this and that about Casey and me lying and everything. And I'm not going to go on and just get all confrontive and, try to figure out what's going on. And plus, I was partying, and I'm not even, I know better than to try to get involved in Skype calls and all of that stuff when all these people are around.
And no one blames you for that.
But I don't know why it seems like anybody believes that anybody was scheming against Joey.
Well, it sounded that way when Crest says, we need to get Pete away from Lauren.
Right. Yeah, he said that because of what he had shared about. Let me just screen share because there's not here.
This makes sense. Why screen share? How does that answer anything? That's not the question that was asked. She's really great in the whataboutism department too, by the way.
All right. So fucking Lauren.
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm not on headphones.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay.
At this time, I'm picking up my niece from, doesn't matter where from, but I'm picking her up. It's late at night and it's dark. And Lauren,
She's picking up her niece late at night, but she's sitting in her garage. You can hear the frogs and stuff around her. Oh my Lord. How did these people ever believe anything she said? Or were they just not hyper aware and it's me? That's a very good possibility. I'm always very hyper aware of many things, which is why I can tell you when have things happened and where, even after a year of not even seeing it.
Are you guys hello? Hey, I'm at work. I can't talk too loud, okay?
all right.
What's going on?
I'm sharing my screen so they can see.
What is the issue?
So apparently last night when we were talking about Lauren and his stupid fucking ideas about suing and accusing Casey and Emma of lying about the dad's sexual.
I'm not so sure that he may have not had an attorney or he may have. I know there was a cease and desist done by a lawyer. So whether it went any further than that, I don't know.
Sexuality or whatever. And Lauren texting all of this stuff about how his texts with Paul have been revealing all this information. And it seems like
okay, also, here she is blaming that text with someone else is revealing everything. And I also showed one where she was talking about having Lauren read things with people's names and addresses and phone numbers in it. That way, you see, it wouldn't come back on her doing the doxing. It would come back on him for reading the information because he would be the one that she put out reading the information. So they were literally doxing people's names, addresses, phone numbers, anything and everything about them. Does this sound familiar? Because let me tell you, she'll do it in a heartbeat. And I truly believe, can't prove it, but I truly believe she's working with KK and possibly Boss Talks and or Ghost. Those are mine. Okay, Erica. Send it on my phone. The thing of it is I truly believe that she's working in the background with all of them also because she wants to be the hero or looked up to think she's a hero. I don't know. I think she's just a hero in her own mind. So, yeah.
maybe something was taken out of context or we were working with the information that we had at the time. And I admittedly, rudely just decided not even to bother and to put my comfort first without letting people know what, because I didn't feel like dealing with it anymore. But when they heard us talking about the problem with Lauren and the texts and Pete and Lauren's threats and us not knowing what's going on, that's why I'm sharing my screen so we can see Lauren using direct texts or whatever from Paul to then jump on the Philip Eid wagon.
Now she wants to be able to see all the direct texts between Lauren and the character Paul. Paul is a character. He's the same person who does the Pete character. So for some reason, they're using both names for the same person, but it's different characters in the whole scenario. I definitely changed your password, and I hope you didn't click on a link, Erica. Don't ever click on a link.
So I don't know what was. We didn't know what was said, and I'm just telling them what happened.
But I still don't know what the issue is. Why is everybody upset?
And I believe this to be Crestfall, aka Kestrel, that is she's calling at work.
I don't know why everybody. And I just was saying, I don't want Tracy feeding me bullshit about, supposedly what she was talking about last night. But if you guys don't want me to talk to him, I won't talk to him.
It's not that we don't want you to talk to him.
I think something that I said was taken out of context, so let me clear it up, okay? I did say that maybe Paul should not talk to Lorne anymore because I personally was unhappy. Or Pete, okay, Pete, Paul, it's the same thing. I said that maybe he shouldn't talk to him anymore because I personally didn't like the way the storyline was going. It seems that everybody should have their role, to me, and with Paul not being the antagonist and befriending Lorne, that's not the way.
Any other direction?
What?
I didn't ask for his number.
And to be fair, Joey never messaged Lorne on his own. JJ posted in the group chat what Lorne sent him, and then people in the group chat said what to message back.
Yeah, but I have nothing to do with that, so I can't speak to that.
Or if he said it?
I can only speak to what I said, and I did say that. And if you guys don't like that, then it is what it is. I don't want to cause trouble. I don't think that Joey should not talk to Lorne. But if the storyline for me personally is going to be Paul is going to be Lorne's friend, then that sucks to me because I think he should be the antagonist.
Why not say that to the group and not just say, we're going to kill off Paul, we're going to put this on Paul? Which is fine if that's what's going to happen, but don't scheme behind somebody's back.
I wasn't scheming. If that's how you took it, then, I can't help that.
See, look here. We need to get Pete away from Lorne. We could have Paul release his number. So there we go. Let's put out. It's okay, Kimberly. We could have Paul release somebody's phone number. This is how they did a lot of their doxing was through Lorne. So would have him read the message board out loud. So the doxing stuff that she was putting in there, he would read. There's a whole thing about that, and the mods were then removing her doxing things as fast as she was putting them up, and she was very mad about that.
I mean, I'm only talking about me personally. If that's the way the Paul is going to be with Lorne, then I don't like that storyline. And if you guys don't want me to be a part of this anymore, I will step away. I wasn't speaking for Ember. I wasn't speaking for anybody else. I was speaking for me. So let's just get that straight.
All right. So the whole
idea. You were speaking for yourself, but when Ember backs in with ideas on how to kill him off, then it's going along with it.
It's always.
Oh, there you go. When Ember says, and you back it, then you're going along with it. When Ember says, she has like severe control issues and feels like she needs to control anybody and everyone with her crap.
Always been the plan to get the pictures and all of the chats and everything from Paul, saving them from Kayla's phone. So that was always
totally fine. Yeah, I get that.
Then why does it matter if Lorne texts Paul if Paul will be in on it?
So I don't understand, like, the scheming. After that, Lorne's going to stop talking to Paul, and then we're going to have the voice is recycled again, like we always do.
Which is totally
And at that
fine.
time, I was
It's just
reading.
how it went down. It was very suspect.
If you guys felt that I was going behind your back like that, I apologize for that, because that's not what it was.
Yeah,
And I
just-
wouldn't I wouldn't be telling you guys any of this right now if I was trying to go behind your back.
Or maybe
I'm
you're just
telling
mad
you.
you got caught out and I
No.
accidentally heard dream last
I
night.
didn't know. I didn't get caught with anything. I'm telling you. That's what I said. I could sit here and go, I didn't say that.
But I heard it.
No. Yeah, because I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why deny it? There's no point denying it. No, you've been caught.
Who's
I've been
denying
caught.
anything?
I know,
been
and that's
caught.
the point. The point is, if Tracy was talking to you and there was no talk of this call that happened last night, were we supposed to not know about it?
This is just one example of Ember not being truthful. I have never crank called Ember. I've never called her work, never called her family, nor have I ever asked anyone to, yet she habitually spreads this lie over and over. I have asked Ember privately to retract this lie, and as usual, she ignored my request. I only wish she'd give up her need to villainize and her need to slander the people that she thinks wronged her. That's all I want.
And there you go. I don't want to see any predator hunters or anything because, in the long run, a lot of it's entrapment, which is what happened with To Catch a Predator. Like I said, from my research, Lauren had never even had a girlfriend before. And these, Chris Hansen put these, they were not children, they were not minors. And she'll say that about Kayla. Oh, I did it for Kayla. Kayla was 20 some years old, pretending to be a child. So I don't trust them. But that's what happened to a lot of them. Someone committed suicide because of the show. That show went down the drain quickly. And now Hansen is only on YouTube because, well, no one will hire him. He was arrested for larceny for writing very large, like $12,000 or more checks that were not good. On one of the TCAP recordings, he was supposed to show up in court as a witness, did not. I think he was also in trouble for taxes. So Chris Hansen was not the angel that he pretended that he really was. And again, he was no longer hireable, and that's why he's on YouTube. But, you listen to this. Would you really want to be in a community like this? Frankly, all it is a game to them. The whole thing is a game. And the game's going to end one way or another. It's going to come to an end. And pretending that you're a kid to entrap someone instead of just having, it's just crazy. And she wasn't catching anybody doing anything. The only thing she was doing, only, and that Kestrel or Crestfallen, whoever it is the one that also went to Maine. But she went under the name Emma when she went to Maine and hung out. So, yes, it all is very crazy. And the more, and I know she's watched this. So, Amber, let me tell you straight up, anything and everything that you're doing against people is being documented. We only use these as a pattern to your behavior that you continue. And you're continuing with so many, you can't keep track. And you don't have a clue who's saving your crap, who's not. So I would suggest you stop your behavior, or you can continue and we'll just have more evidence. And don't forget, you're an associate of Scott. And if you're trying to get him in trouble, you're doing a great job. And he's responsible for his own choices. So there you go. What he does is what he does. And he's an adult. He has the capability to understand. He chooses not to listen. He wants to listen to you because you catfishy him. And he's just dumb enough to fall for it. And that's okay. Maybe he'll learn after all of this to quit playing with catfishing. And people like you. Well, then again, maybe he won't. I guess he's been doing this for quite some time with other people. From my understanding, I don't know. I wasn't around back in the day. Yes, DOA protects her, and she also protects DOA. She's keeping him around for something. And David B is no better. David B, I have texts from David B saying how he will protect her till the end of the end because of what happened to her when she was little. It didn't happen. And they think she's the most wonderful person on earth. She's not. She's nothing more than a predator and victimizer of people. But if you put the two together, you got Chee and Z, right? So the two of them together are now known as Chee Z. Yeah, we thought that was cute. That's one of our little behind the scenes jokes. It's Chee Z. And like I said, Z is from, she's been around. She's been around for a long time. She tried to play that one off, but she didn't fight hard enough. She didn't prove any evidence that it wasn't her. So he can protect the two. That's fine. But he also needs to know he's going to go down with the two because he's doing the dirty work. And so Z. Yes, Jeannie. We found her under the name. This happened back when Scott wrecked his van. The name Lockpickings Gal appeared in his chat, and everybody was like, well, who is that? Because at that point, he had banned me because I'd warned him about Aaron. So he got mad and he banned me, right? And then this Lockpickings Gal appeared and said, I paid to have you unbanned. Well, number one, the channel that they were on was not the one that I was banned from. It was the other one. So I was still banned on the other one until he unbanned me back then. And so, yeah. So I just did a little research. And you know how you don't ever see Z's face on Z's videos? It's funny because Lockpickings Gal, you never saw her face either, except the scars, the same exact scars that Z has, by the way. So two people, different names, although Lockpickings Gal was from West Virginia. A little weird, huh? Same, it's the same person, period. And I don't know if anyone else, because everybody was like in DOA's chat going, and I'm like, who is that? I've never even heard the name. And they're like, we don't know because we never have either. And Z was not around at all. Z was not in any of the chats that I ever saw under the name Z. And the only time I saw Lockpickings Gal was when that happened, and then that name disappeared. And then a little bit later than Z showed. They are all nuts. I agree. Anybody got any questions? Oh, Amber, we know you're around. You're Z, one of the two. Any questions for me? sharing voicemails out of California. I think that's illegal. And we have proof of that too, by the way, Amber. Amber, Ramona, Winnie, Rhoda, Casey, whatever name you want to go by of the day. Splintered without any of the vowels. That's another one. She has so many alts. There are some other alts that are also in a file. I know that. Oh, you're welcome, Jeannie. I wanted to get this out a while back. But like I said, it was gone. But now I have it all back. And I'm not going to lose it. I have it saved elsewhere too. And a couple other people have it. Thank you, Pippi. I sat and I watched her long before I went. Correct, the right one. Correct. Well, the weird thing is no one at the time in DOA's chat knew who lockpicking gals was. Because I asked, I'm like, who is this and why would they pay him to unban me? When it later came out that Iron Man is the one that told him to unban me. She was irrelevant. She was literally doing videos on picking locks. If you go back to her, she may have taken it down now, but she talked about it in one of her videos while she was showing the ocean and about getting her first lock picking kit. I know that someone in her family has paid her speeding tickets and traffic tickets and stuff. Well, how do you think she's getting money? Who do you think's been paying her way? She didn't gain a lot of weight because I've seen a picture of her in Las Vegas on the way out there, and now what she looks like, I'm gonna guess Scott and her ate McDonald's all the way up the coast, and not only they eat the food, they eat the buildings. How would that be? He's not with her, Jeannie. She would have to, she never worked. And if she's that disabled, they can prove that she's not. If you can travel clear across the country by yourself, and think about this, her business stuff. What business? I heard she was door dashing in California. Was she really a medic though? I mean, she's got a lot of speeding tickets to be driving and to be driving an ambulance. Was she merely a driver and not an EMT? What do you believe? How much can you believe at this point? I know what she said. But we also know what Chee says. She has no bills. The house she was living in is an abandoned house now. But you know she wasn't working for a long time, and Sticker Chick has talked about that, how she was asking for money from her, and people donated money and they gave it to her. You you do that, AZ. And by the way, hi. It's too cold here. We're gonna have one last freeze tonight. I have I think it's on my YouTube channel. Also, where she was, these are texts that I pulled. I didn't want to reveal anything at the time, but I can show you now. They were Cheese. And she was telling me, I don't remember what had happened or who we were talking about. And she said, flat out, it's under my community tab. She flat out said, well, if anybody does that again, we'll have their YouTube channel taken down. I have resources. Yeah, right? Right, Jeannie? So that's how she's living. And the whole time she was with Scott, which was most of the time she's been in California until he started staying where he's at now, she was with him. So who was paying her way? I mean, tires were bought, batteries were bought. How many tires do you need? How many batteries do you need? Exactly, Jeannie. Exactly. I did hear that while she was staying at Cheese, she was door dashing for a while. And then she supposedly went to what's his face's place. But there's no way that she went south to go north. She took pictures of herself. It was identified where she was. And she certainly was nowhere near Wisconsin. And managed to leave Wisconsin and be back with DOA the next day. But it took weeks for her to get there. Erica, also Mina sent her money. But he's running out of people to send him money. And that's why he's grifting and doing the side fishing. Which is, of course, if any of you know Reese, know that she was perfect at that. She probably got a lot more than he'll ever get. Oh, he lives in Arizona? Because he did live in Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin. Because it took her a week and a half to get there, supposedly. It's a long drive if she was just going to Arizona. A week and a half worth of driving. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have no receipts on it, so I can't actually speak on it. That's why you don't see me do anything unless I've got receipts. Because unlike somebody, my mouth is not my receipt. I know what's going on, but I don't want to say anything until I have proof for everybody else. I don't have to prove to myself. It's called just like cheese patterns. They're so obvious. Right. Right, easy. Right, Pippi. That's what I thought too. I thought it was Wyoming. I'm sorry, not Wisconsin. I got my was mixed up. Wyoming. I thought, wait, no, wait. I still swear it was Wisconsin. I don't even know at this point, but I just know it took her a week and a half to drive there because it was so cold and the mountains roads were so bad. It slowed her way down, and she was obviously sleeping in her car on a road on a mountain, which doesn't happen. And then it took her a day to come back. So a little weird. So I'm going to guess. And also, does anyone question why there's still a GoFundMe up for Chee's supposed nephew? The GoFundMe is still there. Yeah, it was very late, Jeannie. And the GoFundMe is still up. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this one with you guys today. And we'll get through these. There's a lot to go through. Some of it's like you can use several things, but this one was a whole story in itself. This one, the cop one, was, I think, the first one I ever listened to, and it was so fake. Hippie, I heard, yeah, I have no proof. Again, not a receipt, but I heard that money was supposed to go to Z for where whatever. I don't know if they tried. Yeah, I don't know. With the GoFundMe up still, I'm wondering if there's just no way to get that money. All the time. All the time. That's shown in these old videos about the fake stuff, the fake arguments, the bull crap. And like I said, if you watch her, she'll randomly drop names like 3 or 4 times in every video where she's chatting. She'll just put a random sentence in about somebody, like 3 or 4 times in that chat, so that that's still in your head. So those little things that you, oh yeah, I've seen that so many times, I've got to believe it. Really, there were two? Well, anyway, good, Jeannie. Good. But there is still one up, the last I checked. But my understanding was it was a ruse to get money for Z. I don't know if they were trying to get rid of Z at the time or what. She does still talk. She constantly talks about AZ, who doesn't even talk about her because, well, whatever. She's no one wants to talk about her. I am only talking about her to expose her and her behavior and give people evidence. Because if she's doing this to one person, she's doing it to a lot of people. We we have some videos that she's even taken down. They're literally screen recorded. They were not links. They were screen recorded. So, you know, this all just piles on more evidence. And this stuff is started in 2015, and this dump was made in 2020. And it was still going on when this dump was made. This person had just left the community, and I'll play it as the outro again. But they explain why they left the community and that the people mentioned had given their okay for this to be put up with their stuff in it. And some of that I noticed that they were it kind of sounded like they were repeating one part. What it was is they were putting it over top of names and stuff. So don't click links. Don't give people your phone number. So, and that's the moral of this story. But yeah, this is just Chee and her games. I don't fear Chee. I actually got an envelope. It was either last August or the one before with no return address and needed postage. And then as I got into this, I realized I never took it. The mailman told me not to. So I did not take it. But then I realized this is how she was sending stuff to people. She thinks she has my address, though. She doesn't. Like I said, I didn't give her actual information. So there's that. I gave her a lot of false information on purpose so she could look stupid. All right, guys. Let me play this from Joey one more time on my way out. Y'all guys, have a great day, evening, wherever you are. And we'll see you later when I pull up some more files and do another live. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. Thanks, AZ, for showing up.
Hello, everyone. I used to be a part of the community back in the Shaman Crank Nathaniel days. I was never a content creator, but watched and commented on YouTube videos and spent a lot of time hanging out on the COC site before first contact was made. When the Nathaniel and Ember fighting began, I said fuck it and left. I hadn't really followed anything until I got curious over the winter. Wow, the church is so big now and so many new people. I learned about the dump and listened to tons of calls and listened to a lot of streams. It was fun, but I was scared to comment because I was an unknown person to most of you, and time after time, I would see you guys just attack new people in the chat, calling them trolls and banning them. The Facebook community members were more open to new people, and I asked around and was told that Ember was being stalked by trolls sent by people jealous of how funny she is, and how people were stealing her content and insulting her. This was the same crap that I was told Nathaniel did to her years ago, and I couldn't believe it was going on, and I wanted to do something about it. I watched all the streams, and although I saw no trolling, I did see a lot of paranoia, and it seemed that Ember was accusing numerous community members of harassment and fuckery and constant stealing. Unlike years ago, this time I wanted to see if I could do anything to stop it. I asked around, and most people didn't want to tell me anything, or they didn't know what the problem was. I made no progress until this spring, when a charity stream to raise money for Betty I was watching was flagged and removed from YouTube. Everyone was saying that Ember was the one who took it down, and I just couldn't believe it, because she had raised so much money for Betty herself. People said she was jealous that other people were getting attention and not giving her credit, but I didn't believe it. The more I saw and heard, the more I knew it was true. This pissed me off. I thought about years earlier, was Nathaniel really the good guy and not the scumbag we all thought he was? I asked around for Nathaniel, but no one knew how to reach him. I don't know what to do. But then I heard about Joran comedy and how people hated his behavior, so they made a drive with all their screenshots of how he was abusive, and this was the only way to get him to stop, with overwhelming proof from everyone. This invigorated me, and I wanted proof of who was fucking with the community again, who was making it a toxic place. No one had a kind word to say about Ember, other than that she was very smart and funny, and made so much content. Few people would provide evidence, but some did. Many told their stories, but didn't want their names attached to it, both for fear of Ember's wrath, and because they didn't want to hurt the community. I disagree. I think there is a tumor in the community, embedded so deep and for so long, that people think it's a normal thing. Does that make sense? Probably not, but I don't know. I'm not a content creator. I'm just a person who wants to be friends with you guys and enjoy your content without someone fucking with you. This is what I collected. Feel free to do with it what you will. Strength and honor.